Every single one of you listening right now has asked for success. You've prayed for it in the quiet hours. You've visualized it in the darkness of your bedroom. You've scrolled through the lives of the giants, the Fords, the Carnegies, the Disneys, and you have declared with a burning intensity, I want that. You've studied the principles, you've read the books. You understand the necessity of definite purpose and specialized knowledge. But let me tell you the chilling truth that separates the dreamers from the builders, the comfortable many from the powerful few. The truth is not about what you gain on the journey to fortune. The truth is about what you are currently holding on to, what you are carrying on your back right now that is actively, systematically preventing your ascent. The principles of success are not a secret code you must break. They are a transaction you must initiate. The universe, the marketplace, your own subconscious mind. None of them deal in wishful thinking. They deal in exchange. They require a deposit, and that deposit is not simply effort. Effort is cheap. The deposit is sacrifice. It is the surgical removal of everything that contradicts your definitive purpose. This is the $1,000,000,000 question, and it is the only question that truly matters. What will you give up for success? You want financial freedom, but are you willing to surrender the comfort of your $30 an hour job, the one that provides security but guarantees stagnation? Are you willing to give up the stability that has become your gilded cage? Security is the greatest enemy of outstanding achievement. Thomas Edison, after 10,000 failed attempts, did not give up on the light bulb. What he gave up was the belief that failure was final. He sacrificed the comfortable, logical narrative that told him to quit. What are you sacrificing? Is it the easy conversation? Is it the immediate gratification of the screen? Is it the toxic reassurance of mediocrity? We have romanticized the idea of having it all, without acknowledging the essential, brutal calculus of exchange. You cannot hold the vision of your future while simultaneously clutching the habits of your past. The weight of your old identity will crush the wings of your new one. You must make space. You must create a vacuum that your desired fortune is compelled to fill. You must give up the person you are now to become the person you are destined to be. The law is absolute. There is no addition without subtraction. What is the single, non-negotiable comfort you are clinging to that is preventing your growth? Identify it now. Look it straight in the eye and prepare to let it go. This challenge is rooted in the law of compensation, which is not some mystical theory but a fundamental principle of human psychology and economics. You are paid not for the time you spend but for the value you create, and you cannot create outstanding value while operating from a place of chronic fatigue, distraction, and fear of judgment. You want the focused power of the successful, then you must surrender the fragmented, unfocused life of the average. Surrender the need to be liked by everyone, which is the surrender of your authentic purpose. Surrender the endless justification for why you haven't started. The first and often most painful sacrifice is the surrender of certainty. You are seeking the path of the entrepreneur, the leader, the innovator, and that path is defined by risk and calculated uncertainty. The majority clings to the guaranteed paycheck, the predictable schedule, the known outcome. But Hill taught us that faith is the only operating procedure that matters, and faith is the very antithesis of certainty. Faith is the moment you step off the cliff and trust that you will build wings on the way down. When Walt Disney was raising capital for Disneyland, he was constantly told his idea was financially insane, yet he poured his entire personal capital into it. He sacrificed the comfort of financial safety for the conviction of his vision. What are you willing to risk losing today to achieve the tomorrow you claim you desire? Until you have placed a meaningful bet, until you have risked something tangible, not just time, but security, reputation, or money, you are not serious. You are merely daydreaming. The second sacrifice is the surrender of immediacy. We live in the age of instant feedback, instant connection, and instant answers. But fortune, the kind of fortune that lasts and that impacts generations, is built brick by slow, deliberate, unglamorous brick. You must surrender the desire for the quick win, the instant success hack, the overnight miracle. You must commit to the drudgery of disciplined, daily application. Look at Abraham Lincoln. His career was a tapestry of defeats, failed businesses, lost elections, immense personal grief. But he never surrendered the ultimate vision of his purpose. He was resilient because he had a long view. He understood that momentum is not gained in a flash. It is gained through the persistent, almost boring execution of his definite purpose over decades. Your ability to delay gratification, to work on the invisible foundations of your future when no one is watching, and when the reward seems light years away, is the true measure of your commitment. You must give up the right to feel instantly satisfied. You must exchange instant pleasure for long-term power. The third and most critical sacrifice is the surrender of the external narrative. You are constantly bombarded by the opinions of others, the naysayers, the doubters, the well-meaning but small-minded friends and family who tell you to be realistic. This external noise is the thief of conviction. Hill's mastermind principle is not just about finding collaborators, it's about eliminating detractors. It is about erecting a mental fortress that filters out every single piece of information that does not align with your definitive purpose. What are you reading? Who are you listening to? What ideas are you consuming before you begin your focused work? If you are sacrificing your clarity and your mental bandwidth to the concerns and doubts of others, you have already lost the war before the first battle. Give up the need for validation. Give up the need to explain your vision to those who have no capacity to understand it. Your vision is yours alone. It is a sacred contract between you and your higher self. Protect it fiercely. Guard your mental space as if it were the vault holding your future fortune. This is not a theoretical exercise. This is a practical test of your integrity. Are you willing to pay the full price? The price is the constant, rigorous audit of your actions against your aspirations. You want extraordinary results. Then you must stop accepting ordinary inputs. Stop accepting the ordinary level of physical health that compromises your energy. Stop accepting the ordinary conversations that poison your ambition. Stop accepting the ordinary level of knowledge that confines your capacity. You must exchange the ordinary for the excellent in every single domain of your life. This exchange is not an expense. It is the investment that yields the $$1,000,000,000 reward. The greatest leaders throughout history, Henry Ford building his assembly line, refusing to be bound by the conventional methods of manufacturing, Andrew Carnegie mastering the steel industry through ruthless efficiency and vertical integration, they did not achieve their success by adding more things to their lives. They achieved it by subtracting all that was non-essential. Ford sacrificed the pride of handcrafted, low-volume production for the power of mass market reach. Carnegie sacrificed the slow, traditional business model for a faster, more integrated system. Their genius was in simplification, in the radical elimination of waste of time, waste of effort, waste of thought. What is the waste in your life right now? What is the social obligation that drains your focus? What is the entertainment that steals your essential hours of specialized knowledge acquisition? What is the minor detail you obsess over while ignoring the major objective? You must surrender the right to be a victim of circumstance. You must give up the story that your past failures define your future potential. That old narrative is dead weight. Look at Napoleon Hill's own mastermind group, Franklin D. Roosevelt overcame paralysis to lead a nation through crisis. They knew that circumstances are merely raw materials. Your resilience is not the ability to withstand pressure. It is the power to transform that pressure into fuel. You must sacrifice the luxury of complaint. You must exchange the language of limitation for the language of possibility. Every time you hear yourself saying, "I can't afford that," or "I don't have the time," you are sacrificing your future self for the comfort of the moment. Reframe the question. How can I afford that? How can I make the time? This simple shift in language is the surrender of victimhood for the assumption of responsibility. The final, most powerful exchange you must make. Your $1,000,000 question demands an answer of action, not affirmation. It requires you to draw a line in the sand today. What is the single sacrifice you will commit to making for the next 90 days that will undeniably accelerate your definitive purpose? Will you sacrifice an hour of sleep to gain an hour of focused, creative work? Will you sacrifice a social media account to reclaim your mental bandwidth? Will you sacrifice the comfort of your savings to invest in the specialized knowledge or necessary equipment that will define your competitive edge? You must make the commitment so sharp, so specific, that it causes genuine, tangible pain of loss. Because if the sacrifice doesn't hurt, it is not meaningful. And if it is not meaningful, the universe will not take your desire seriously. You are entering a new covenant with your future. You are declaring that the comfort of your present is a wholly insufficient return on the investment of your potential. When you feel the pull of that old habit, that old complacency, that old fear, remind yourself of the exchange you have made. You are giving up the fleeting pleasure of the moment for the indestructible power of a realized dream. You are giving up the comfortable fiction of the known for the exhilarating, terrifying truth of your capacity. This is not just a choice. It is a declaration of war against mediocrity. Go now and sacrifice your limiting chains. The fortune you desire is waiting for your deposit. The clock is ticking. The mastermind awaits your committed, costly action. Go and pay the price.